Noel and Kelvin. So today our session is for the tutorial session for page 2203. So for the tutorial session, okay, so for this one, we will go for the tutorial 8. That one I already posted in the Google Classroom, and you can go from there to take the document, because actually in this tutorial they will asking you to present a simple one, especially for the question number 2. Okay, the question number 2. So before we start the tutorial session for today, so let me go through with our document first. Okay, regarding to the tutorial 8 menu and fill in a form. Okay, once again, you can get the document from the tutorial folder in the Google Classroom. So we have 3 questions actually under this tutorial. We will discuss this one, but the most important one is the number 2, question number 2. This one I really need your cooperation, okay, because you need to present this one, okay, using a PowerPoint slide. Okay, make it very simple. Okay, make it very simple. Okay, maybe you just need around 1 or 2 pages of your slide. Okay, so let's go with the first question. Okay, question 1, a common form of interaction is through the use of menu. Discuss this form of interaction in terms of, they will ask for the advantages and disadvantages. And then list all the way of ordering and organizing menu. And C, do some research to find out other possible way, choice of ordering menu item. That one we will discuss later. Now, the question number 2, okay, present your answer using PowerPoint slide. This one is from your side. Okay, later I will give you around 30 minutes, okay, for you to prepare for your finding. Okay. So maybe Farah, for your case, maybe you can try to maybe use the chat box. Okay, maybe use the chat box and then try to find the 5 design guideline. Okay, try your best. Okay, Linda is a new programmer working with you in a software development company. Okay, she requested assistance from you to give her some advice on how to design an effective form. So they need you to write down 5 design guideline. Okay, that one under your first page of the presentation. Okay, and then second B, question number 2B. Okay, find a fill-in form. This one you can go to the Google, okay, on screen, or maybe a paper fill-in form. Okay, maybe at your home, or maybe in your room, you can find out some of the fill-in form, and then you can snap, and then you can put it under your slide letter. Okay, which you think is well designed, and another one which you think is poorly designed. So maybe this one is under your second slide and third slide. Yeah, it's up to you. Okay, maybe you want to put the well designed in the left, and then the poor one in the right. So it's up to you. Okay, so it's around 1 or 2 or 3 pages of the PowerPoint. Okay, and then we have the question 3. Later, that one we will discuss together. Based on what you have learned in HCI, design a new examination attendance slip to replace the existing one. Okay, the examination attendance slip must contain the following fields. Okay, they have the seat number, index, in figure, paper examined, date of examination, time of examination, and then signature. That one maybe you can draw something. Okay, and then we will discuss that one later. All right. So from the question, this is actually you can refer to the chapter 6 our slide before this. Okay, to maybe you can look some idea from there, or maybe you can go to the Google. Okay, and then find out the especially for the B. Okay, the well designed and poor design of the fill in form. Right, so 30 minutes I give you all. After this, we will discuss, and some of the finding you will need to present. Okay, 30 minutes, and then we will discuss the tutorial after that. All right? Any question?
Okay. No.
Hmm. Okay, so we will discuss later 30 minutes. I give you 30 minutes. Kelvin, how split the question? Okay, if you want to answer all the question, you can, no problem. Okay, maybe you want to put some of your idea, but focus on the question number 2. Okay, you can use any PowerPoint slide. Okay, I give you some example so that you know how to present. Let me open the PowerPoint. I give you some example first. Okay, let me see. Okay. No. This one, I will not giving the question for each of you. Okay, the question will be general. Okay, question 1, we will discuss it general. Question 2, you need to present. Question 3, we will discuss together. It means you only need to focus on question number 2. Okay, to answer that one, quite easy. Okay, I give you some example. Maybe for the first slide, you just put what is the question again? 5 design guideline. Okay, so you put this one, 5 design guideline. And then you can add another slide, and then you can put your first, maybe okay, that is the example only. And then go to the question 2B. Okay, and then maybe you have 2 picture. For example, let me take some example. Okay, maybe the first one. Okay, maybe the this one I make it. Okay, this is the first, the well designed, and then maybe the second one you want to put the poor design. Okay, so you can have at this scenario. So you only actually need 3 slide. Okay, 3 page of your slide. Can get? Kelvin, okay? Question 1, we will discuss that one together. Question 2, you need to present by yourself. Okay, and then the question 3, we will discuss together. Okay, so back to our question. So you have around 20 to 30 minutes to focus on the tutorial question. Farah, for your case for today, maybe you can just put in the chat, okay, the let me see, the 5 design principles, so I can read for you. Okay, and then maybe the on screen that one I will see later. Okay, but you need to find the 5 design guideline first. You can get the question from the Google Classroom also. That is from the tutorial section. All right, guys. I think maybe we can start to discuss our tutorial today. It's quite easy actually. We only have 3 questions based on the chapter 6. So let me see first. Okay, so you all okay? Can I continue with the discussion?
Okay.
Mm. Farah
Okay.
and Kelvin? Okay.
Yes, okay.
So let's start with the uh, first question. A common form of interaction is through the use of menu. Discuss this form of interaction in terms of general advantages and disadvantages of menu. So at least give 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages of the menu. So anyone can have some idea, maybe some opinion. It's quite easy, straightforward. Okay, advantages of menu.
Beginner friendly.
Okay, good. The rest.
Um, Easy to find button.
Okay, easy to find. Okay. Let's see. Maybe the first 2 advantages of the. Uh, hmm, let me see. If you all can use you also can use the chat button. Okay, from Kelvin, the option are visible. So user will need to recall less, so it will be easier to use. Okay, the improvement are visible when we add a new function into the system. They will appear on the screen. Okay, yes, true. Okay, some of that one is actually, okay, when we have the menu, okay, in the common form, okay, actually it's a self-explanatory, okay, on what can be done. Okay, without the menu, it's actually we are still sometimes we are blurry. Okay, yes, for whatever you have given the feedback, it's true actually. And then no need to remember command names because it's already in the menu. Okay, in the menu. If I can, maybe I can share with you all. Okay, let me see. Okay, hopefully you all can see this one. I'm sharing the whole this one. Okay, so if you look from the Microsoft Doc itself, actually, this is not the common form actually. Okay, but actually we can reflect this one because in here you also can see the menu. Okay, so the menu in here actually, when you click, for example, like design, okay, so they will give you the explanation already. Okay, self explanation, and then we don't have to type much because there is a menu already. Okay, if you use some fill up form, okay, in the Google form, for example, okay, sometimes the option, okay, you don't have or you maybe need less typing because you only need to select. Okay, maybe the option is you need to tick, or maybe you need to choose either A, B, or C. Okay, any subsequent enhancement to program is visible as a new or change menu item. That is a few of the advantages of using the our common form of interaction, the use of menu. So looking for the advantages, okay, looking for the disadvantages, okay, it is inflexible because it forces a user through a set sequence of steps. Yes, true. Okay, a new user might struggle to navigate the menu. Okay, mostly from a lecture note. Yes, true. Because some of the form actually, okay, if we are not well organized, okay, and then the menu may be quite limited, okay, and then for new user, okay, it might hard for them and give them a struggle time, okay, to find the flexibility, to find the the requirement, okay, to use for the a new menu, for example. Okay, so usually we try to minimize, okay, the complicated menu actually. Okay, so that is for the question number 1A. And we go to the question 1B. Okay, you all can either you can put your feedback from the chat box again, or maybe you can have your direct from the microphone. No problem. List all the way of ordering, organizing menu item. Okay, for each way, give an example to support your answer. Any opinion about this one, guys?
Mm,
Hmm. Okay. Alphabetical choice are simply listed in alphabetic order. Okay, for example, sorting a movie by alphabetical order to find a specific movie with a name that starts with A. Okay, for example, like Alice in the Wonderland. Okay, and then maybe we can go from the categorical. Okay, choice a group according to the semantic property. Okay, sorting an online product like a phone by price from lowest to highest to check the lowest price phones on the online store. Okay, we have the conventional. This one is from Kelvin. Okay, choice in neither in alphabetical order or categorical order, but have a temporal order. And then we can look from the frequency of use. Okay, choice listed in order of expected frequency of use. Okay, for example, internet cafe owner checking the customer with the highest number of visit. Thank you, Kelvin. Good. The rest, okay, make it easy for you all. Okay, I think you all have the experience going to the online shopping. Okay, for example, like Shopee and Lazada. Okay, if you look from the website, okay, actually you can go to select, okay, the appropriate option for you. Okay, for example, like maybe your budget is around 100 and below, so you can set the filter, and then from there, actually the website will give you, okay, to follow the budget that you set. So this is the example that we can use. Okay, and then apart from the example from Kelvin just now. So question 1C, do some research to find out other possible way choice of ordering a menu. Okay, list out those way choice not covered in the lecture. Explain your answer. Okay, any feedback of this one?
wait.
Okay, for this one, the C is actually you can look, okay, from the task based on knowledge base. Okay, based on general knowledge of the majority of user on how actually the things will work. Okay, and then this possible way of ordering menu item is actually we can based on the priority. Okay, if we look from the priority, so we can see that based on the task, okay, what option are the most relevant or the important one that we can put in our priority, and then maybe we can set from the numerical. Okay, we can do some sorting of date of time maybe, and recently, okay, all the things, okay, usually the ordering menu item is listed based on like, based on share, and based on the comment. And this is the trend, new trend in the internet. Okay, usually we will do that one. Okay, most important input on top, less input put on bottom. Yes, true, Noel. Okay, we can do that one. Okay, that one is based on your organization requirement actually. Okay, there is nothing wrong if you think that the least important we put it maybe in the KIV. Okay, maybe we can put it in the not in the priority line. Okay, so can I have a simple presentation from your side? We're going to the question number 2. A simple presentation from your side. Can we start from Noel?
Okay.
Mm. Make it simple and easy. You can share your slide. All right. Thank you, Noel. You can start.
Okay, so the first one is to minimize the number of input fields and user typing effort. So here I only put only 3 inputs instead of putting so much input, which could discourage the user, overwhelm the user.
Mm-hmm.
So next is clarify which input is mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
So
Good.
if email address is mandatory, we should put the asterisk symbol, red asterisk symbol over here to let them know that this is a mandatory field.
Mm-hmm.
And then next is keep the label and the input field close together. So as we can see here, the label and the corresponding input is placed closely together instead of placing it far apart. So yeah, this takes time for the user to look the label and the input at the same time. Yeah.
Mm.
So the fourth is hide the password input and provide option to show password. So here, whenever the user enter the password, it is hidden. But if the user want to see the password, they can click this checkbox. And lastly, use the placeholder and mask input. So for example, for the tracking number, that if the user doesn't know the format of the tracking number, they are unable to input the enter the input. But here, as we can see, there's a hint here, so the user will find it easier to enter the input based on
Mm.
the reference here. So the comparison of good design and bad design. So this is the good design. So there's a minimal input in the form, whereas the bad design there are too many input which confuse the user. Yes, that's it.
Very good. Thank you, Noel. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for the answer for the question number 2. Can I have a Kelvin?
Oh, mine just answer in text and I didn't do the comparison.
Can. No problem.
Mine, I just follow I just get from the lecture notes only.
Sure, no problem.
The first guideline is organization and layout, and we must she should organize the form and to support the task. Like if the fill-in form is an online version of paper form, both layouts should be similar, such as the credit card application form. The form should also utilize the space properly and create symmetry. So, for example, less empty space in the form. They should also separate logical groups by spaces, lines, or other visual cues. And they should also reduce the gap between the label and the field, so it's easier to see, to read. And the second guideline is the caption and field design. They should provide the distinctive section headings in complex form, avoid heavy use of uppercase, and use all uppercase only if you need to highlight something. For the input format, the label position should be above and should place a label on the input field, so that because user won't be forced to look separately at the label and the input field. It should also indicate which fields are optional or which fields are mandatory using the asterisk and bold. The mandatory should be indicated by the asterisk. And for the error handling, error messages for unacceptable values and indicate the errors whenever the user did something wrong. The system should notify them what they did wrong. Yeah. And the completion signal to support the user control. The system should notify the user when they complete an action, like finishing a payment, and then it shows after completing the payment, it will show transaction complete, so the user will know it's completed. Yeah, this is all. I haven't done the comparison.
It's okay. It's okay. And then Farah, maybe you can read again your question answer for question 2A.
Okay. My answer is a bit brief. So, the 5 common design guidelines that Linda can follow are: number 1 will be the structure, which is the form appearances of the pages or the body of the website or software. And then the second will be the input fields, which is the contain any fields designed for the user input. The third one will be the field labels. These field labels to tell the users that what is the corresponding input fields mean, such as like username, or maybe this is the text area for description, for example. Number 4 will be the action button. When the user presses this button, an action is performed. For example, the submit button when the user done with their form, and then they submit to send through the database. And then the fifth will be the feedback. This helps the user understand the result of their input through feedback, like any feedback, any help that they can get from the developer or any help services. That is all.
Thank you, Farah. So, Noel,
Yes.
yeah, can you turn on again your presentation just now?
Oh, okay.
I want to see under the question 2B.
This one.
2B, the comparison.
Oh, this one.
Okay. So let's discuss this one a little bit. Okay, if we can see that actually, okay, if like what Noel explained before this, okay, this is the good one, the in the left one, okay, where okay all the information is actually we try to minimize, we try to clarify to the user that okay if the information we can get okay with the minimal using of menu, with the minimal using of button, we try it as a first option instead of in the right side. Okay, if you look in the right side, the X1, okay, this is too much. Okay, this one in the right side, this one is better if the user is from maybe from the IT field. Okay, maybe it's a computer literacy. Okay, maybe. But if the user is less IT literacy, and then this will be a problem. Okay, so to have a good design is actually we try to minimize, but to minimize to make sure. But when we minimize the information, okay, we must make sure that we get the most important information in our minimize maybe the field, the form, or maybe the menu. Okay, so thank you, Noel, for your presentation just now.
Okay.
And then we will go for the last question. So the last question is, let me see. Okay. It's okay, Kelvin. Okay, we will just discuss that one. Okay, so the last question is based on what you have learned in HCI. Okay, design a new examination attendance slip to replace the existing one. So let me give you some example actually. An examination attendance slip. Okay, let me have a few image first. Let me share with you all. Okay, let me share this screen with you. Okay, this one, sorry. Okay, can you look into the, I think that one is quite small, but this is the example of examination attendance slip. But how to make sure that the information, okay, will be in the one place. I mean, maybe we can put it under one paper. Okay, look at the example in here. Okay, usually, okay, we will have the designing to have first, okay, to have first actually the seat number. Okay, and then it will be followed by the index number. Okay, this one is followed from the information. Okay, the slip must contain the following field. Okay, usually the at the top we will have the seat number. Okay, and then at the paper we will have okay the paper name, or maybe the paper subject. Okay, and then we will have the date, and then maybe we will have the time, and then a signature. Okay, I give you the example that one, and then maybe we can look another example. This one. Okay, so if you look from the attendance in here, okay, they actually have the seat number, they have the name, the subject, okay, and then the time of examination, and then at the bottom usually we will have the candidate signature, or maybe the student signature. Okay, to confirm that the student or maybe the candidate have attended the exam. Okay, so quite easy that one, because actually in the internet we will actually you can look a lot of examination attendance slip. Okay, either it's poor or maybe it's well designed. Okay, but mostly all the attendance slip, they will have the general item. Okay, the seat number. Okay, the paper, the name of the subject. Okay, date of examination, time of examination, and the most critical one, okay, usually they must have the signature. Okay, signature of the candidate. Okay, so that one is the discussion of question number 3. Any feedback from you all for the question number 3? Noel, Kelvin?
Mm, no.
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 Okay, so I think we have already discussed all the 3 questions. Okay, and then we will continue by tomorrow for our practical session. Okay, same time by tomorrow. All right, guys. I think that's all for our session for today. Okay, thank you for your attendance, Noel, Calvin, and Farah. Okay, thank you, guys.
Okay. Thank you, sir.